Hey folks, lots of snow here in Toronto. Also, Muzzin's got a concussion. But you know what? We have a special guest right here on the OZone.
You're in the offensive zone, your place for Leafs hockey.
Folks, you probably noticed that OZone has a little bit of a new look and feel. We just want you to feel right at home as we discuss the Leafs, our favorite team, and we want to bring the best content to you, the fans. And another thing we want to do is start a new piece where we're really highlighting interesting Leafs fans, long-suffering Leafs fans, and they come in all shapes and sizes. And today we are honored to have Brian Evinou joining us from Toronto. Brian, welcome to the OZone.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's great to be here.
Yeah, Brian, we came across you on Twitter. Obviously, you have kind of an interesting story in that you draw up comic strips for the Leafs and the Raptors. And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, for a few years now, I've been drawing comics under the name Brian Beliefs. It was actually in the bubble against Columbus, I started doing the comics post-game. So after every game, I'd be drawing a comic and kind of like a reaction kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I started posting those on Reddit and Twitter and Insta, and they started doing really well. And I've just kept doing it, and last year I completed an entire regular season of them. I did one after every one of the 56 games. I did one for every one of the playoff games. I did one for all the big trades and free agent signings in the preseason, and now we've rolled into 2022 and still going strong.
That's incredible.
Awesome. How long have you been doing this? Like, what was the sort of the motivation, or how long have you been drawing it?
I've been drawing my whole life. I was like the kid in high school drawing in my notebook, reading X-Men comics and stuff like that. But what happened with these was, like, I'm on Twitter every day. I'm crazy. I'm on Twitter. I'm obsessed with it. But I can't really craft a tweet, like the best tweet people, like, like Acting the Foolamon, or like those guys who make great cracks. I can't really write the jokes quite as quickly on Twitter, so I was thinking about like what I could bring to it, and the first one was when Darren Dreger was doing the Dreger Cafe at the World Championships, right when the Leafs were deciding if they're going to draft Matthews or Laine or Puljujarvi actually, right. And he did an interview with Babcock, and my first comic was kind of about that, so it's been a little while.
That's great.
And do you have is there a target market, or are you just doing it to Leaf fans and throwing it out there?
It's all Leaf fans, What's funny is that there is a bit of crossover for sure. Like, there are comic fans who love sports as well. There's very few of us, but there's some of us. And there's millions of Leaf fans. And, I feel like Leaf fans get their news from TSN or The Athletic or The Star, or from Twitter or some blogs, and like this is just another way to bring a reaction or something to it, and it's been great. It's like the community has been very welcoming, and Reddit, Instagram, and Twitter have been fantastic for me, and it's been a lot of fun.
That's great.
Hey Brian, I had a chance to look through your book, and it's great, by the way. I know you in your book you put each cartoon of each game you did from the season. You also did a little write-up on the game. Do you do that write-up yourself?
Yeah, I do. I have a Patreon account, and on the Patreon I do a write-up. And initially when I was doing those write-ups, I wasn't planning for the book, so I was just writing them free form. So I was swearing a lot in them, and then I'd be like, and then Matthews did this, and I would like add a link to like a TikTok Omar gif of like his crazy shot or whatever. Yeah. And then I was like, oh man, I have all this content. I should use these in the book. So then I started writing them for the book. I figured out with my editor how much space I would have. It was roughly around 350 words for each synopsis. Some of these were like 1,000, 1,200 words, the earlier synopsises. Right. So I was going down, cutting out pieces and all this stuff. It was a lot of editing, but yeah, I wrote all those myself, and then I had a many of my smarter friends helped me with the editing and making sure there wasn't too many spelling errors. So.
Well, it came out great. I did a couple of 1,200-word things on Nick Ritchie earlier in the year, so I understand the need to cut down.
We brought those down to 4 letters.
Yeah. Hey, so we should tell the folks, where can they get a copy of the book?
Oh, great. Yeah, thank you. BrianBeliefs.com will bring you right to the shop. And you
Put
can
that
pick
up on
the book.
screen here. Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, BrianBeliefs.com. And they're still available today. And I think you can get the Raptors book, which I did as a stretch goal, which is all the championship comics. And I think I have sets of cards on there as well, which you can pick up too.
That's
good
great.
deal. Hey, so I got to tell you, I had one of my kids show me how to use this thing and get on the Twitter. I was just using it for Tinder. Right? You guys are with me, right? You with me?
Yeah.
Anyway, I love the way you captured Jack Campbell. I mean, he's got what a personality that guy is. Please tell me he's your favorite guy to draw.
Yeah, I love Jack. He's such a sweet guy, and oh man, like that game. I can't remember. It was against maybe Calgary, Edmonton, but Anderson let in like a bunch of goals, and then Campbell took over the next night. And in that comic, I had Campbell kind of sitting there with like a halo around his head and like little forest animals talking to him and stuff. And it kind of just kept developing from there, like his character. But yeah, it's all there on his interviews and everything. He's just so sweet and so fun. And yeah, I love Jack. He's great.
Unbelievable guy. Yeah. So let me leave you with this, Brian. So, the kid showed me how to access the Twitter. I know you live tweet some games.
Yeah.
I was in the stands this past week, and in the Vegas game, you tweeted this. We'll put it up here on the screen. Well, I don't see Richie changing Keefe's mind about who deserves to be demoted once we're healthy again. He took that dumb penalty in front of their net. And then so I texted these guys, the exact same timestamp. 20, Richie, is even worse in person. And then the next game you texted or you tweeted Arizona, I'm no capologist, but why does it have to be Sandin sitting instead of Dermott? And I'm right with you. I texted these guys. I like 37, Liljegren getting some ice time, but I would rather have seen Dermott sit. So clearly we're on the wavelength. So my question to you is this. Did we just become best friends?
Yeah, we became best friends for sure.
All right, I'll throw.
Brian,
I got an idea. Yeah, I got an idea for
go.
a business, Prestige Worldwide. I'll throw it back to Devo while I take some notes.
Brian, who's your favorite player on the team? You mentioned Campbell.
That's so hard. I draw Austin Matthews, I think, the most, but William Nylander, I love him so much. Morgan Riley, TJ Brody, and then Oshawa General legend John Tavares is also one of my favorites.
And
so,
what about all time? I assume you're like us and you're a long suffering Leafs fan. So
I think all time I would have to give it to Sundin, but Gilmore is where I really became the massive Leaf fan. I remember watching Leaf games with my brother and my dad, and my brothers and my dad, and the Gilmore team being the big early memories. Right, and then before this current iteration, it was like Nazem Kadri. I love Naz. So I'm happy he got into the All-Star game today, so good for Naz.
Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah, nice work. He's having a great year.
Yeah.
Now, hey, Brian, do you ever make it down to any of the games?
Oh, a lot. Yeah. I've already had one canceled, so I was supposed to be at the Edmonton one on January 5th or 6th, whatever that was. And I have one game in February. We'll see if I get to that one. And I have tickets to the Heritage Classic, if that happens. So
great.
Yeah, I go to probably two or three games a year, probably.
Awesome.
Good. Yeah.
Hey, so if you get your way down to Dallas, I'll get you tickets. We'll host you here. But hey, we'll get you out of here on this. What's your take on this team? Are we for real this year?
Yeah, we're for real, for sure. Like, the Leafs are one of the best teams in the league. They're one of the teams that have a legitimate chance. I think luck is like a very underrated part of hockey. So, we've had bad luck for so long, man. You need health and luck. Maybe this is the year, man. We're one of the teams.
From your lips to God's ear.
Yeah, let's hope. Listen, Brian, thanks so much for spending time with us. Good luck on the season and writing up the next book. And we'll definitely get our copies and keep doing what you're doing. It's great to see a unique Leafs fan combining his passions for art and Leafs hockey. So that's great. And thanks that we were able to share it with our audience. So thanks for coming out.
Great, thanks a lot.
That's great.
Oh,
Thanks,
guys, I watched your last episode. That breakdown on Dermott was fantastic. So, great work, guys. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks a lot,
All right,
Brian.
thanks.
Go Leafs, go.
Bye.
Go Leafs, go.
Well, there you have it, folks. Brian, wow, what a great guest. What a first guest,
Excellent.
inaugural guest for the OZone. We got more coming up later in the week. And also a lot of shoveling to do, probably.
Oh, dinner.
Shoveling, for some people, it was 75 and sunny here, a little breezy though in Dallas, so the weather wasn't great. I tell you what though, that Brian, he knew his stuff. We were talking before we started. Very knowledgeable guy. What a great guest.
Yeah.
That's because he agreed with everything that you had said.
Well, speaking of what I said, I'd like to get. Is this time now? Can I get into the Tiger Woods story?
The Tiger Woods. Let's bring the Tiger Woods. Let's get it going. Let's get it going.
I don't think we have enough time for the Tiger Woods story today, folks. That's all we have for you here at the OZone. We love you. You're going to keep tuning in and subscribing right here